talent of these players, they can conjure up tries from anywhere. Anything can happen. Having said that, there's no doubt the battle is going to be waged in the middle, in the trenches. It'll be physical, it'll be brutal, the collisions will be violent. We'll watch, we'll cringe at the cruelty, but it's compelling viewing. You won't be able to look away. I think this game will only play out one way. It's a simple law of the jungle. Only the strongest will survive.
Ladies and gentlemen, war rumours everywhere. Lock the doors and lock them hard because Supercoach Round 10, it is here. I'm your host, Obi. I'm coach of the One Last Flight. And reach over your left shoulder and strap yourself in, ladies and gentlemen, because tonight we are locking down the war room with, some would say, the fortune teller of Supercoach, the guy that can just see it in the stars. All right. Some would say the voice of the war room, which is me. And also I'd like to welcome to the show no one else. Ladies and gents, you are stuck with me, which isn't a bad thing on your Tuesday night. Why isn't it a bad thing? Well, where do we get started? Jay's sick. He's bunkered down. Obviously, the cold has hit. He's up there in Dolby, so it hits a little bit harder. And us Queenslanders, we don't like the cold. That's why our Origin team always runs so hot. Sag is out saving lives. He is fighting fires. So, look, you know, I know we give him a lot of shit on the podcast, but let's just thank him for the tireless work that he does do. We are in talks as well, a fireman's calendar. People have been asking for it. Why can't you get me and Jay in there, like, you know, holding in our Roosters jersey and our Storm jersey, and then the other months just with Sag going through. We have Gil can be Mr. December. He loves Christmas, the guy. And of course, Gilly is also out tonight as well. Also saving lives at the hospital. So look, we thank you for the work that you gentlemen do. But war rumors, you are locked in the war room with the one-eyed rooster tonight, Obi. And what a night to be locked in the war room with me after such an emphatic win. I don't know if we have any Broncos fans on the podcast. There's not that many out there, you know. It's a lot of the other, you know, the Queenslanders that get to Suncorp and pump out those numbers. I don't know when the last time I met a Broncos fan was, or a true one anyway. But an absolute shellacking on Friday night. Here he is. Adam Sargent, you better believe it's going to be one hell of a Roosters rant tonight. But no. We will try and keep to normal programming. And please, if you are on Facebook, if you are on Instagram, jump it on YouTube, guys, throw some comments in. It's Obi and the War Rumors show tonight. So I'm looking for some interaction. Certainly looking for some questions. I don't need anyone to chalk up the time because I could talk Supercoach until I'm blue in the face, which is why I've wore this nice shirt, just so everything will match in. But let's get into the Supercoach chat while I load this up. You are going to have to listen to the sultry tones of Obi tonight as well. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Look, round 9 in the bank. Probably not for the first time this year, but it's been a fair few weeks. You know, I'm trying to play this long game, this long strategy. And I got 1,366, which did move me up into the top 15,000. Much better positioning, much where I like to operate from. I did call it last week. I said the slipstream is officially on, and it was a fucking great week just to get that slipstream into action. I can tell you that. Look, a couple of bad things. I did end up trading in Karaz over Asako. So that one probably hurt. Other than that, you know, Nathan Cleary being out, I think that's a ball ache a lot of us had. I survived. I didn't have any injuries on the weekend. I had no puppy. So look, pretty happy with that. Now, of course, for all your team list news, you can jump on NRL.com. You can listen to any other podcast. They always go through it. What we want to do is 60 minutes of just unadulterated Supercoach chat. I'm going to need your questions. I'm going to need your social media interaction here because if there's any time to get the thoughts from, you know, myself, love a good gut feel. I won't be looking at any stats, even though if I did NRL Supercoach stats, that is the site to go to, ladies and gentlemen. I just give you my honest questions. Let's talk teams, right? Let's talk the world of Supercoach. But as we get into that, as we liquor or moistened or let's just say lube our way into the podcast tonight. There will be no September that is playing, but of course I was the top scorer. If we get a few requests in the Facebook chat, I can play September, obviously winning podcaster of the round. But let's just like lube our way into it. I like that word. Just slide our way into the podcast nice and easily. And let's have a look at most traded out, most traded in. And yes, Stephen Vittori, faithful man. I'm alone, but I know the War Roomers want it. They're gagging for it. They want their War Room podcast. So look, I missed last week. I'm all fucking juiced up on Mountain Dew. I was keen to talk some Supercoach. So I thought, hey, me, the War Roomers, candlelight dinner, maybe a couple of roses, maybe a nice bottle of champers. What's that one from 1999? No, far too expensive. What's the house bottle? Let's bring that here. Let's get bubbled up. Let's get a little fun and let's have a good time. Let's have a good time tonight. So look, if you want your team list, as I said, go in, jump on that, jump and like us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Supercoach War Room, the NRL Supercoach War Room. And let's get to the first one on the list. Obviously, most traded out. So it is Ryan Pappenhausen. You hate to see the guy go down again. Good thing is, doesn't look that doesn't look that serious. I think maybe 6 to 8 weeks. Normally rely on the other lads for. Normally rely on this for the other lads. Lads for this. And yes, don't worry, Sarge, mate. We can get intimate anytime you want, brother. Especially after that Friday night, mate. We shared. I'm sure we were both in each other's minds there. Now, Ryan Pappenhausen. I do want to theme this podcast a little bit around let's look forward. Let's look at the buy. Let's look at the buy planning. Let's look at Origin because it is round 10, right? We have to start making some moves towards round 10. Now, options for Puppy. Who do you want to go? Who are you thinking there? Well, I've got a smoky for you. And I'll start off the bat with a smoky, an option that you can bring in straight from the top. Because a lot of people will be going, look, Scott Drinkwater, he doesn't have the best buy coverage, but he shouldn't play Origin, which is good. Upcoming games, not a bad look. He's got the Titans this week, into Rabbitohs, into the Tigers. He's got Roosters round 13, so he plays there. He does play the dreaded round 14, but then you miss him for 16 and 19. So look, a Drinkwater up until around 15 great play. Don't mind it. One I did want to bring out, I'm saving my smoky. I'll leave that to last, is obviously Big Trell Mitt. Now he's 707K. Can he be the one to spark the return of the Rabbitohs? Can he do it? One thing I will say as a Rooster that, obviously we got the best out of Trell Mitt, hasn't played a finals game since really, hasn't even rediscovered the form of 2018, his 2019 glory days, and is most likely a center. I'll finish my rant there. The boys aren't here, so you just got to cop it, boys. But look, what I will say is fear Latrell Mitt. Fear him. Fear that revenge game. I can absolutely see a world where he comes out and just fucking brains it, right? He hasn't been injured. He's been suspended. The coach is gone. Apparently, he's gone over to Jason Dimitro's house. He said, sorry, mate. It sucks I was suspended. Because all the shit he does get in the media, all the shit that I personally give him, he does seem like a pretty, a pretty good guy outside of football, right? Absolute grub on the field, unless he's wearing the tricolours. But fear the revenge tour of Trell Mitt. There's talks about him saying, hey, pulling myself out of the Origin contention. Which, is pretty common for a guy that's not really in Origin contention to kind of come out and say that, save a little bit of face, massage that ego a little bit. But what I will tell you, War Room is fear the revenge tour of Trell Mitt, who, in my eyes, there's certainly worse options that you could go there in fullback. Now, there are a couple of smokies, right? You could move Garrick back. You could purchase yourself a nice Asako. Oh, he's a nice little pretty piece. Some people have said Herbie's back this week, but I'm quite sure that Herbie plays on the opposite side, so it shouldn't affect Asako too much. Look, I don't mind the play. I don't mind the play for mine. Reece Walsh. Well, how's that all turning out for owners? Wouldn't be looking at him. He's basically a shoe-in for the Queensland's number one. And obviously, we'll be missing some weeks coming out. And a couple of the younger guys that you could have a look at. Like, obviously, if we knew Pappenhausen was going out, we might have seen a few go to Trey Fuller a little bit earlier. Now, Trey Fuller only with a 38 last week, come back to earth. But he is still only 340K. He's got a negative 33 break even. That cash play is still a go, but I guess the uncertain of what's going on with Hammer. There has been some talk that he comes back, that he plays center. I don't know. I'd probably say Bennett throws him back into fullback. So there is a little bit of a risk there with Trey Fuller. And of course, a big cheapie that a lot of people will be bringing in this week. Now, maybe you just want the patchwork, right? Maybe we just want to put a little Band-Aid over the Pappenhausen spot for a time being. Let's give it a week. Let's have a little bit more of a think about it. And then, of course, you do have David Armstrong. Now, I'll touch on him now. Again, look, he hasn't set the world on fire. Let's be honest there. He's got an 84 and last week a 25, but look, he does come into the Tigers, Gold Coast, Bulldogs, plays that round 13 bye, and then looks reasonably safe from there, like kind of thing. Pong is out for a while, so, other than this guy that no one's ever heard of, this young gun coming back, I think his job security's all right. So, look, that's your Band-Aid option. Now, let's get to the juice. Let's get to the stuff that you come to the war room for, and that's the smokies. Now, I've had to, I've gone to Jay. He's so snuffled up. He's so just like mucused up that his brain's not working completely clearly. And he's coming to me tonight. He's watching. I can see you there, Jay Strasberg, and we're still after those smokies I've been asking for. But here's a little smoky for you. Now, it's a bloke that I've loved for a long time. Look, is he a small shout for maybe 18th man in Origin? He could be. He's often referred to as the super utility. Now, he's got a break even of 10 this week, also available in center wing. But could this be a play of Brimson? Plays the Cowboys, Newcastle, Broncos. Now, doesn't play round 13, but then plays South in round 14, the dreaded round 14. Plays Tigers in round 15. He plays round 16. He misses round 17, so he's got the bye then, but then plays 18 and 19. Now, 10 break even. He's going to cost you 681 big ones. Coming off a couple of good scores, right? His scoring's almost been directly correlated with now Jay is look, here he is. He's claiming my smoky for his own. You fool. But look, it directly correlated because the Titans have been better, right? They seem to have found a little bit of their mojo. I think taking Melbourne right up into it. They had it. I think they beat New Zealand the week before. They're both no slouch teams, and he's backed it up with a 94 and a 104. So look, we've seen Cowboys can certainly leak some points. Newcastle, well, I know they're coming off a couple of wins, but I don't have much confidence there. Tough matchup, Broncos in round 12. Misses 13, then South and Tigers, right? So I don't mind a Brimo play. I wouldn't be going Tommy Turbo, almost a shoe-in for Origin. Look, I, for one, will never talk you out of one James Tedesco either, but at 636K, coming off 112, break even 1. Look, he's probably going to be in that Origin spot. And, 927 for Dylan Edwards. The guy just keeps turning up. He's been enormous, as much as I hate to say it. There is a world where you could have a look at Dylan Edwards as well. Bulldogs, Warriors, Sharks into St. George. So, look, not a bad run there. Doesn't play 16, doesn't play 19, but does play round 13 against the Dragons, and obviously Cleary will be out. Hold on. All the way from hospital. He's worked it out. What's going on? Shoot, happy with the award?
Mate, I missed that, but I've done what I can. I made it in the boardroom here, so never miss an ep.
Boardroom. Ideal. That is the ticker that I'm here for. And I hope there's not an open patient in front of you just having a quick vape. It'll probably be good for him, to be fair.
Nah, I'm at home anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you come home. How good. All right. Good lad. Leaving early. That's what I like to hear. Mate, I've just gone through the options for Pappenhausen. Have spent good 10 minutes on it. But mate, do you have Puppy? I don't think you do.
No, I don't. No,
if you did have Puppy, who would you be trading him out for?
That's a tough one. Probably Turbo. If money doesn't matter and Origin doesn't concern you, Turbo would be the one I'd be getting.
Awesome. As this podcast is all about planning and thinking ahead for Origin, other than Turbo, any other options?
Nickel Kotstat. He had a bit of a weak game on the weekend, but it was pissing down rain and just wasn't his type of game. But I don't think you'll get too many other low ones from Nickel Kotstat, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of the chance. Warriors just look like
they've hit a bit of a bump
because you've got
the week
Roosters,
before.
You've got Panthers, then into Dolphins. They don't play round 13, my bro.
But
I don't know.
The 2 weeks prior when they lost, Brimo, that's a smoky. I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean Brimo can still pull out a low score as well. But even is there any cheapy options to buy at fullback that you could plonk in there? Trey Fuller, is he going up yet?
Yeah. It went up to 330, so haven't completely missed the boat. If you're planning on bringing him in, I think Armstrong's the play for me because you've got Far Longo from the Storm, and he'll open right up after this week's game. So he's been named fullback. You love to see it. And Puppy obviously out for 6 to 8 weeks. But all right, mate. Well, I'm glad I've got some company now because I need it. Going through some of the most traded outs here as well. Jack Bostock, you still got him or gone?
Never had him.
Yeah, Jack Bostock and James Schiller are number 2 and 3 on the most traded out. So I think that's a good cash grab, as is Xavier Savage and Ethan Strange, and also Jesse Arthurs, who never really made any cash, just went up 8.7k. So. Look, a lot of people trading out because then you've got Morgan Smithies, you've got Roger Tavares-Ashek, and you've got Tamari Martin, who's made a whole 50k as well. I knew that was a bad one. I guess the question turns into who are they trading out? Morgan Smithies, a trade out. What do you think of that? Criminal.
I still think he'll do a job being a 4th or 5th second rower. I think if he's in your top 3, not going real great, but if he's your 4th or 5th, he's not the worst option.
That's what I just think. Yeah, 340, 45, 45, and 49. Dude, the guy almost got 269s in a row. Don't you just keep him around for that, don't you? It's quite ladsy. I've never seen more ladsy Supercoach scores, to be fair.
Yeah, he gets into it. His base is always decent enough, so yeah, I think he's a hold, Morgan Smithies, but I've got bigger issues.
All right. Well, tell us about your issues, bro. And the first issue I want to start with is, are you bringing Davey Armstrong in?
Yes.
Is your Armstrong? Yep. Who you bringing him in for?
I'm flicking James Schiller, who I held on to.
Not bad.
Held last week because he didn't play, so he just sat there. So Armstrong will be in to get that war chest going again.
Yeah, good stuff. Is Joe Chan a piece of shit? Yeah, I think so.
I mean, probably. But
yeah,
as a football-wise, he's all right.
Can we keep those 40s up? What is this 15 trash? We need them. Doesn't even play round 13. Got a hole on my side. But anyway, I've also got bigger fish to fry. So you like Armstrong? You like his job security as a Knights man? Don't think that's going anywhere?
He hasn't done anything wrong yet.
All
so
right.
I think he holds his spot for the near future.
Yeah, all right. I don't mind it. Now, Ruben Garrick is second on our most traded in. Has gone up 84k. Last week really was the week to bring him in. Is 6,600 super coaches as we stand have bought him in after his big score on the weekend. What do you think? Did you get him last week, mate?
Who'd you say, sorry?
Garrick.
Garrick, I did get him in. I did.
Yeah.
That was a basement price. I mean, he wasn't getting any lower than what he was. So
No,
that was
season keeper as well.
a little kind of annoying though, because I was tossing up Osako, who I've spoke about a few weeks in a row, and then didn't get him, and then he went pretty well.
I was so close. I just decided to keep the extra 80k for this week. I went fucking Karaz over Osako, and I had a great score as well. It would have been a fucking season move there, and he's up to 700. Oh, he's up to almost 800k. I think Osako. Let me just bring him up. I had a quick 776. Went up 96k.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't that super deal last week, but
Yeah, but no, it was like 679 or 689, I think, last week, which is a bloody dog. There are still almost 6,000 super coaches that have bought Jermaine Osako in. Do you think it's too late? Do you think there's better options? What do you think there?
I think he's a great buy round coverage, so I wouldn't tell you not to get Osako. But what's his break even this week? It'll be low, so
Yeah, negative 27. So more cash to come.
Yeah, I think get Osako if you need a centre wing, he's a good option going forward for the next few weeks.
Yeah, look, he does have Manly this week, but then Tigers in round 11, New Zealand in round 12, and then Canberra in round 13, plays 16, plays 19, and great matchup. He's got the Rabbitohs in round 19. No,
I don't mind that.
Maybe I should just try to save 80k and end up costing me fucking 100. Maybe I should just do that this week. Bloody hell. Dominic Young, mate, one that a lot of super coaches are looking quite seriously at this week. Look, he's break even's -4. Might not get him for this cheap again. He's come back and pumped out an 88 against St. George, an 84 against the Broncos. That -15 drops out of his break even. So he's got pedigree coming into the Warriors, Sharks, Canberra, and Cowboys. Decimated Cowboys there for Origin. Plays round 16. So great buy coverage. Is that kind of the play this week, do you think?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Dom Young, he has a low score in him, but he also has a very high ceiling. Good run, playing outside Joey Manu. There's points there. Dominic Young, not a bad option either. A little bit cheaper too than some of those other options. So if you're strapped for cash, Dominic Young is not a bad pickup.
Yeah, see, I think that's where I'm at this week. It's like, all right, do I do a little bit of a ballsy play and have a crack at Brimo, or do I just bring Dom Young in? Do you know what I mean? And just bank that cash and do some more upgrades next week and really get my Origin team there. Maybe that's the smart play. So Suafa'alongo, mate, people are going early on him, and I can see why. I named it fullback for the Storm. They've got the Sharks this week, and then they move into the Sharks this week into Parramatta, Manly, and then they've got miss round 13, play round 14, Newcastle, New Zealand, Dolphins. Play round 16. What do you think? Are you waiting a week, or are you prepared to go a week early?
I'm waiting a week personally, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with going too early sometimes.
Yeah, that's it.
As long as it doesn't happen every time.
Scotty Drinkwater looks to be the main play from this that people are going to Pappenhausen to. So, I wouldn't call him a pod, but one of my semi pods.
Not heavily owned, so, and he's good run through Origin. You wouldn't think he'll get picked, so.
No, he doesn't play round 13, but he's got a juicy run coming up. He's got Gold Coast, Rabbits, Tigers. He's got a fucked round 13, bro. He's got to go up against the Chookies, and then he comes into Warriors, Canberra. So it's a good little run there. Look, Sarge has had a crack at you here, mate. What are your thoughts? The dog shit.
I'm glad he picked up that joke right on Sarge. Quick on the ball, brother.
He loves it. The big Sarge muffin. Awesome. And then we've got Angus Crichton. Still people bringing him in. It's hard not to. He's got a -52 break even, the big Gus bus pumped out. Even if he plays Origin, you're so happy with the cash generation. Maybe he's just a season-long keeper. Maybe you just keep him there because he's just pumping out hundreds for fun. Like these scores, just unbelievable. Well, he did get a 52 against the Storm.
If 52 is your low,
Before that, he's 83, 79. He's got a 52, then 119 and 151 against the Bronx. Scoring tries for fun.
Yeah, going over the last couple of weeks, he's probably the form player in the comp. Like, he's just busting tackles and breaking through for fun. So,
definitely. So, mate, that's most traded in. That's most traded out. Let's have a look at the break evens here to see if there's anything that's revealing to us, sort of thing. So, anything that rears its ugly head. So Jacob Gagai, negative 81 break even. He is injured. He has not been named.
I don't even know if he's injured. I think he just hasn't been picked again.
Yeah, look, a lot of people go on Connor Watson. They want that cash generation. He could have been a play. Could have been a play a few weeks ago. I don't
if you listened last week, I did mention Connor Watson as the smoky. Didn't bring him in myself. Sort of
see, Bradley's back this week, so just something for the war rumors to keep an eye out.
But I think the Roosters looked a lot better with Watson running around the middle. I think
he was playing good. I still think he gets, because of his form, I still think he gets some decent minutes, right? And in his 2 80-minute games, he's I don't even know if he's played. Yeah, 80 minutes. Fuck, he's played 80 minutes since Newcastle.
He was playing 5/8 for a bit, so.
Yeah. So ever since he moved to lock, 92 and 125.
And ripped him up too. And in that 92, he didn't have a try or a try assist. So
one thing to note about the Roosters bench this week as well, and that's all, Gil. After 30 minutes, I'm just recapping Roosters versus Broncos for the last 30. So, if you want to try them out, mate, that's fine.
I was there.
What did you think? How was the atmosphere?
Yeah, it was bad. What I remember of it wasn't bad at all.
It was good? Yeah. How were those Bronx fans?
Mate, they were spitting chips.
At what minute did they start to walk out and they just knew it was over?
I didn't realize it was 40. I did not know it got to 40 until later in the pub. Someone was like, "Oh, I got to 40." I was like, "Oh, fuck, we left a lot earlier than that."
Oh, you sleeve. Go on.
Obviously, yeah. Russell didn't hang around once his team got flogged.
Oh, live it.
See, I didn't mind. I was wearing a Broncos jersey, but it was fun. It was fun paying him out while you're wearing the jersey.
Yeah. Fair weather fan. But it's nice. All the boys getting the Knights jerseys for you. So I'm here for it. I can appreciate that. What was I doing? Break even. So I've jumped out of it. Yeah, all right. So Connor Watson, we've given our thought on that. Sammy Walker, negative 36. Now, he's obviously still got that huge score, that 172 in his rolling average, and a 40. He's got a negative break even this week. What do you think of Sammy Walker?
I mean, that's not a bad little pod move if you're waiting on Cleary, like I did. Yeah, you save yourself a lot of money, and Sammy Walker does have the ball on a string at the moment. Don't mind it at all.
I would have thought he scored more last week than 40, but
that's your classic zigging when everyone else is zagging. Like Sam Walker would be a fucking roll of dice, but don't think I have the kahunas, unfortunately.
No, me neither. Unless like Cleary, of course, is out again this week, then I can see you making a bit of a move. Like, you're securing someone from round 13. I don't know if he keeps playing that well. He might be a smoky for 18th man for the Origin team.
He's got a couple in front of you, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's 19th man and we get him back for round 13. That's what I'm hoping. Looking at the break evens, Jermaine Asako, as we said, negative 27. Ravalawa is negative 24. It's been pumping out some good scores. KO Weeks, negative 23, available at fullback and 5/8. I don't think you can really go there. But since he's come into the starting halves, 38 and quite a ladsy score from him last week, 69. So appreciate that.
Did score a try, unfortunately. Scored a try and set one up at 369. So
so definitely not a go there. I don't think there's anyone else really worth mentioning there. In the break evens, you got Jeremiah Nanai. He'll play Origin, so probably not a play. But 104 and an 89. Got Gold Coast, Rabbits, Tigers.
Who's playing halfback for the Broncos this week? Jock Madden's out, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Jock Madden is out.
What about Ezra Mam? His scores haven't been too bad recently. He might have to take a bit more of the play.
Let's have a look. Only available at 5'8". He's 592. But he has been scoring better. Yeah, 95 and 84 in the last couple of weeks. 74, 45, 95, 84. So they got
Not bad.
Parramatta, Manly, Gold Coast coming up. Don't play round 13. Don't play round 16. So probably not if you're looking forward to the buys. Mate, is there any nights that we should have on our radar?
All of them, pretty much. No, I mean, Armstrong's your main one, I think. Gagai's still just tucking along with his mad scores. Who else? Greg Marzu. I mean, Ponga being out, but he came back to a bit of form last week. He was actually busting some tackles, so I think Marzu, he's fairly cheap.
He's
501.
bottomed out at 501.
Yeah.
What did he score last week? 57. So
And 57
respectable.
without a try, yeah, it was all just runs.
Yeah,
So
because they do have Tigers, they do have Gold Coast, they do got Bulldogs coming up. So it's a good little run for them. Don't mind it.
Tyson Frizzell back this week. So Dylan Lucas, if anyone played him, he's probably a sell now, I'd say.
He's
What's
gone as
Frizzell?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frizzell's scoring not too bad, 74, 47, 48, 76. Tyson Frizzell could be one to watch it during that origin period. Those sort of players can play all right against some weaker sides. But no, the Knights not real Supercoach relevant. Too many of their players.
Yeah, look, Jock Madden, he's got a -3 break even, but you're paying 500k for him. So I, for one, don't see a world, right? I don't see a world there. Yeah, mate. Any other players of interest that you did want to bring up? I think we covered a lot of the trades out, trades in.
Who else do we like? Sorry, I'm just doing it on my phone here because the computer's playing up. I mean, yeah, Crichton one we covered. AJ we've covered. Cody Nicarima. What do you think about him?
He's looking good, right? Looking
he's
really
got
good.
He's got that fullback 5/8 duel, plays all the buy rounds. Any Dolphins player is worth a look, I think, just because those 3 buy rounds that you've locked a player in.
Yeah, it brings me up to it, and I just want to go through these. So Dolphins do have the best buy, but they play all 3 major buy rounds. Rattle off some players that you may be interested in from the Dolphins.
I mean, I mean, Trey Fuller, depending what his price is and that around that time, depending on the hammer. I'd imagine the hammer gets picked for Queensland. So
yeah, hammer will be straight in.
They're
getting some troops back as well, the Dolphs. Like Vin Diesel was there, Lumi.
Max Platt, he probably missed the boat on Max Platt. Josh Kerr still pumping out some decent enough scores. I mean, they're
what
not
about your boy,
choice.
Jeremy Marshall-King?
Oh yeah, don't tell people about him. Yeah, I mean, I thought most people would already have him in their side, so I didn't worry about talking about him. But yeah, Marshall King kills it every week.
Yeah, it's been solid. 79, 70, 52 on the weekend. But yeah, look, I can certainly see some merit there.
It plays all 3 buy rounds again, obviously. So Marshall King, he was sort of a set and forget for me when I brought him in first round. I was thinking he'll just be there all year.
Where is 554 for Lemuelu? All right, so
Isaiah Katoa is another one that he started to hit some form. Can play 5'8" and halfback. Not super expensive just yet, but he's going to keep moving up. So
yeah, we talked about the other one that's like the other team. So Knights are one of the other teams that's super relevant for the Origin period. I think you've got Armstrong there, so that's one trade in that you can do for the Knights. You talked about Marzu. A lot of people would still have Kai Pearce-Paul, and I don't see any merit of trading out KPP at the moment. He says, look, his scores have suffered a little bit since Ponga went, but he's still pumping out 84 a couple of rounds ago, 44, and then a 54.
He's looking.
And they've got some. Yeah,
he's looking dangerous every time he runs the ball. It looks like he's about to pop an arm out. So those points will come.
He's still passing the eye test, right? So yeah,
definitely.
Don't mind him there. And Bulldogs, mate, they're the other team. That's the other team that you want to consider, sort of thing. So
I'd say Bronson Cherry's one to look at for them.
I went Carraz last week. He'll do a job. We just need him to score points, so they just keep going out to the Foxes side. I should have really thought that through. I'd like my team a lot better if I got a Sarko. One of the other ones who just looks like a fucking, like, you can't tackle the guy at the moment. He's still hanging around a pretty achievable price. He hasn't gone bananas. And that's Viliami Kickout. So look, he did have 70, 81, then he's pumped out a couple of Kickout scores, 47 and 54. But he's got the Panthers this week. You know he's going to be in for a big one. Then he goes into Canberra, Dragons, Newcastle, right? So I don't mind big Billy Kicks if you're looking for a bit of strength, a bit of a budget price strength to cover you for the Origin period. Big Billy Kicks, what do you think?
I mean, his scores have been a little underwhelming to what he's pushed out on the field. If you know what I mean, like against Newcastle, he was just running rampant, got 47. Yeah. It's like, I just don't think sometimes it translates, which hurts Big Billy Kicks. But over Origin, he could be running at some fucking second string halves and that have never played in that back line. So could be a way to go.
You make some valid points here on the pod. Now, Roosters are one of the teams that are great for your origin planning, mate. Other than Dom Young, who we've already discussed, is there any other chookies that you got your eyes on?
I think if Victor Radley's back and fit, I think he's one. Obviously, being an Englishman, he's not going to play Origin. He was scoring well before he got hurt. Connor Watson's come in and started scoring well again. But yeah, I think Radley's one to watch for that. Joey Manu, obviously, but he's very expensive. So hopefully he just has a couple of fucking dud weeks to lower his price. Angus Crichton, fingers crossed, doesn't get picked for New South Wales, which there's a lot of talk that he will, which hurts. And then, I mean, Terrell May, if you held on to him, like some of us did, he's still going to be a play through Origin. But yeah, Roosters, Sammy Walker. Roosters got a few options there, but yeah, can't fit them all, unfortunately.
No, you certainly can't, mate. You certainly cannot. I'd agree with you there. I'm just doing some live trades as we think. What sort of, mate? Let's flip the script then. What sort of trades are you thinking for this week? Where are you going? What are you doing, Gil?
You can go first for your trades, hold on.
Oh well, you figure them out. Thanks a lot. So, well, I'm just looking at my team. Like I've got. Yeah, I'll put it to you this way. So I've got Garrick, I've got Val Holmes, I've got Carraz, and I've got Roger Tavares-Sheck. Now, Roger's certainly not a trade out, but he's not doing that much, is he? Like,
he's still passing the eye test when you watch him, but yeah, he just hasn't equated to points for him.
It's just solid 50s. It's 50s for days. It's 50s for days. And I like Ben Turbo. I don't know. He's been named starting second row. I kind of just want to keep him there. He's good for my he's good for my jewels. But maybe I need to bring in a second row this week. Like that's the thing because I'm not going to trade out Garrett, Carraz, Val Holmes. So Iro's still making money. Doesn't make any sense to trade him out.
No, I wouldn't trade him.
I've got Tuolungi. But he's been named at fullback this week. So you think, all right, like surely you have to hold on and see where that goes. It's just a genuine cheapie. Like he could be a trade to Fa'alongo in a couple of weeks. And it's probably the way that I look to go. Is it a week? It's a tough week, man.
They're all tough weeks for me. Don't worry, brother.
Yeah, because I honestly like looking at this. I don't know where I'm going to go. Like, I think like when I come in this before I really looked at it, I thought, oh, that's cool, dude. I'll just do like the smart play and bring in Armstrong for Sean Lane. I think it's time to go for Shawnee Lane. I've seen enough. Dillbags isn't even working on that side sort of thing. So I can do that for Armstrong. Sorry about the probably awful chat to listen to, guys. I'm trading live. Just bear with me. Sub him in, bring in Big Armstrong just to see how much money I've got to play with because maybe I just go a little bit crazy here live trading on the pod. Maybe no trades this week and save them for the end of the season. That's probably a good play there.
Jeez, the only time I'd make no trades is if I forgot to.
If you forgot to. What if I just complete that? How do I do it? Trading in. I just want to do that. God, this is awful listening. Sorry, War Rumors. Well, maybe I will save one. Maybe I will just save and I'll sit and I'll just see how they go. I kind of want to get rid of Roger Tavazashek though. So Dom Young would be juice, but I can just be patient, can't I?
Yeah,
This
I'd
is
be
a week
patient.
to be patient. Maybe this is a sign that I just need to be patient. I just think, like, Tavazashek, he's got the Roosters. Obviously, it's going to be a drubbing there at Allianz Stadium this weekend. You see what kind of form the Chooks are in. He's got Panthers the week after. Dolphins aren't no slouch. Doesn't play 13. He does play 16, but he doesn't play 19, and he doesn't really have any easy matchups coming up. Maybe it's Rogers' time to go. Maybe it's Rogers' time to go for Brimo. Jesus, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum, and I don't know which way I'm going to go. Mate, what are you doing for your trades this week?
I am going to get rid of Schiller, I said, for Armstrong. I'm going to finally flick Benny Hunt for Cleary, which I've been thinking about for a while. I've just been waiting for Cleary to come back. And I'm also going to use a boost and stiffen up my second row and get Gus Bus in. It's hard watching him every week.
You don't have him. You don't have the big Gus Bus.
Mate, I had too many other good players that have just fallen off the wagon. So Gus Bus is in. I'm going to trade out Isaiah Papali'i, who was doing a job for me until Bateman was taking that 13 jersey, and Papali'i scores of he went from averaging 61 to getting a 44 and then a 23, I think he got on the weekend, playing 80 minutes. So Bateman just stifled Papali'i, so he's gone. That's the only correlation I can think is Bateman going to lock, but I haven't really been watching the games too closely.
What about this live update right from the war room? I know he'll be listening. If he's not listening now, he'll be listening later. But live update as we stand almost not midway through the season, but getting to midway through the season. It's me and Sag. We've got a couple of $100 riding on this. Will Ruben Cotter average over 55? Current average is 61.6. 3-round average of 73. Unbelievable. You can't stop the big cot, Sag.
I actually traded him. I actually traded him a couple of weeks ago for Fanua Blake, so it worked out all right, but probably should have. Well, I don't know who I should have flicked, but Cotter had been underwhelming to say the least.
Did you keep Tyrell?
Yeah, I didn't play him, which fucking hurt last week. After getting a pass. I don't think I've played him once for a good score. Every time I've picked him for the week, he's got a 20 or a 30. When I don't pick him, he gets a good score. So he's been a great cash builder for me, but points-wise, he's done about as much as Jacob Gagai.
Yeah, that's fair, dude. I'm looking at Sammy Hughes. He's got a 13 break even. He just kind of keeps doing it, doesn't he?
He was always going to be a slow burner.
Yeah. Well, he's gone 72-33, 68-39. Is this week against the Panthers? Is this when he goes big again? Maybe he says a try in Sam Hughes' future. There you go. You've heard the first bold prediction live from the war room. All right, mate. So what trade? Just recap for me. What trades are you doing?
I'm getting rid of Schiller, IPAP, and Benny Hunt, and I'm getting Cleary, Gus Bus, and Armstrong, and that leaves me 135k, I think.
Nice. How many boosts you got left?
That'd be my last boost gone.
And how many trades?
23.
23, dude. Well, that's making 3 this week. I'm sitting at 28. I haven't made 1 this week though. 3 boosts in the bank. The long game. See, I'm saving one. Fuck it. I'm saving one. I've decided now. I don't even need to make a trade. I'll play lane. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't want to be caught again. You know, that year I got caught for boost left.
Sarge has got something right. Sarge has got something right on the fucking potty. I love it. Yeah.
For people who aren't watching it live, he said maybe no trades this week. Save them for the end of the season. Sarge is a fucking idiot. He went to donkey brain school, so I wouldn't be listening to him.
No, I'm not listening to him, but it's been a nice thought process. I appreciate you, Sarge. Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Mate, who's your captains and vice captains for the week?
I've got the VC on Ruben Hotboy Garrick and whacking the C on the return, back in the side, the chin.
The chin.
Yeah, whack the C on him.
Against the Bulldogs.
They played the early Friday game. Garrick plays the Thursday. Perfect chance for the loop. So yeah, I think Cleary's going to run riot against the Dogs.
Yeah. See, the only other one I'd kind of consider is Drinkwater against the Gold Coast. But I know Gold Coast have been looking a lot better. Look, as our Bulldogs, but I think with Cleary back, Panthers put a bit of a score on them. I don't mind that, Captain Cleary, and I might go the vice to big Tommy Turbo there.
The Sharks play Melbourne, yeah. So Hines probably not
Yeah.
a play this week. Even the Roosters, if you got a Roosters back, Joey Manu against the Warriors could be a bit of a sneaky play. But yeah,
Yeah,
Dragons play the Bunnies. Yeah, I don't think any Dragons players are a play.
See, Melbourne's right side defense has been really shocking. So maybe Iro's a play this week. Maybe Iro's a play over Tavasa Sheck. Could I be that mad? Could I do it? I think I might.
Yeah, I mean, Iro, he's definitely my side, averaging 66. I don't know why you wouldn't pick him.
Actually, you know what? Because I'm not going to have Lane. I'm going to trade Lane. I'm going to cut that fat from my team. And yeah, hope for the best with Joe Chan that he fucking goes up a bit of cash. We need it, baby. And it's time to start nuffing out some of these dogs as well. Like Danny Levi, though, when the boys need him, Uppy Coruscant out late, comes through with a 51. Is he the GOAT? I think he might be. He's doing well. He's doing well. Picked up for a nice 227. He's just hanging in there. Big Levi. Break even 23 this week. More cash incoming. Toot, toot. All aboard. I think Cleary's definitely a play for captain this week. I could see some merit in Drinkwater. It is at Seabus Stadium, but Titans normally play pretty ordinary at home, to be fair. Roosters, Sunday, 2 o'clock, Allianz Stadium. Strap your fucking selves in for that one because that'll be a game. And look, if you got Zachy Lomax, obviously they are playing the Rabbits. They're playing down at Win Jubilee, or the Net Strata Jubilee, I should say. Change that one there. So don't mind the Smoky Lomax play. It's definitely a week for a few Smoky captains. I could see a few options. Melbourne are without Hughes and Puppy, though, against the Sharks. So interesting. Yeah. All right, mate. Let's get to some questions. Sorry, sort of rushed through that first bit of the pod because this is what we had going on, and I'll crack it open with a good question. It's from one of our good mates. Loves to jump on the podcast here, and it's a question for later: Big Mac or Big Jack?
The Big Mac.
The Big Mac.
Yeah, easy. Can't beat an original.
Yeah, so what is he referring to? Is the Big Jack? Is that Hungry Jack's equivalent of the Big Mac?
Yeah, remember when they made the Big Jack and they tried to take him to court and say it looked the same?
Yeah, I do remember a bit of the chat about it, but I don't really, I don't think I ever had one. Now, if you were to change whether it's a Big Mac over a Bacon Deluxe, now that is an argument I can get around because it'd be Bacon Deluxe all day.
If Bacon Deluxe put another bit of bread in between, that's what I like. A Big Mac, the 3 bits of bread, mate. It's different. It's out there.
Fills you up, eh?
Mate, carbo loading all day.
Yeah, don't mind it. Jason Phillip, he says, who scores big this weekend? Let's get a couple of bold predictions from you, Gil. Who scores big this weekend? Who goes large, my friend?
Oh, that's a tough one. I reckon Taylor May goes over 100.
Oh, Taylor May.
Taylor May.
Because there's a question for you just on that one. Terrell May, right? It's Jared Wheeler-Hargrave's 300th game for the Chooks. We've got Nafua White, we've got Terrell May, and we've got Spencer Lemieux all on the bench. It's a big bench to. Do you think? I don't know if Terrell's a play this week. Like, obviously, he scored 120. I don't know if the minutes are going to be there for him, dude. Lot to share around there. Around. You've got Radley, Nat Butcher, Crichton, and then you've got Connor Watson probably coming on at hooker there as well.
Robinson, at least, he doesn't seem to just have his plan set. He if a player's playing well, he gets to stay on the field a bit longer. He doesn't sort of just rotate exactly. So it's a hard one with May. As I said earlier, I haven't picked him when he's scored well because you just never know. But yeah, that White's looked pretty good for him too.
New White's look great.
Yeah.
Good footwork close to the line.
But it's funny we got a new brown and a new white. Just need a new black and we'll be sweet.
What about a new grey?
A new grey. New green.
Maybe. No, a new green. I'll take it. That's not bad. Anyone else that you think is going to go big, fella?
Reece Walsh, I reckon.
Reece Walsh?
No Renault. I reckon Walshy, he had a bit of a stinker last week. I think he bounces back.
Hmm.
And I think a player that's gonna shit the bed is I think Harry Grant he will stutter a bit, missing a couple of his missing his boy Puppy will hurt him. So I think Harry Grant goes under 60.
Gotcha. I think Appy Coruscant tons up against the Knights this week. He's due. Hopefully back Niggles down. And they're playing Panthers, so I won't say Jacob Carraz. And I think I finally see at Suncorp against the Dolphins. What I would like to see is Tom Trebojevich's 150. He's fucking due. It's about time. Get it in before I trade you out, my brah. Like, get it in before I trade you out. So I was wondering how we got on this subject. Jason Phillips, that's who is going big this weekend, my friend. Josh Ryan, is it bad that all boosts have been used? He's asking for a friend. Are you that friend, Kyle?
Mate, I don't think it's a bad thing. Get them out. You can't take them with you when you go, so use them up.
Yeah, and I think if I hadn't saved many trades at this point, it'd be like, cool, I've saved 3 boosts. I fucking haven't got the trades to fucking use them, right? So definitely saving one for this week, long-term strat. And let's hope the boys can just hold solidly there. Mate, I'll just flick to our other page. Guys, would love if you put your questions onto the NRL's Supercoach page. That would be super helpful. We are transitioning over. But you know, we know a few of the old guys don't like change. So looking at you, Sarge. Mate, any other questions? Here we go. Centre wing pod options. He's looking at AJ Brimson or Greg Marzu to replace Bostock. I like Brimo all day there, Vittori. But obviously can see some, Greg the Keg bottom price. You'll pay $200K more for Brimson. But I really like the Brimo trade. I really like it.
I think do you have anyone else to trade out but Bostock? I think Origin's coming up. Dolphins players are worth every bit. And no, I think
hold him. I think I'd go to Armstrong or save it for far longer. Like he's made his cash. I reckon he'd have let's have a look at him. Let's bring up Big Bowie. Because God, he's been good, isn't he? Especially for the people that I wasn't one of the people that held him for those extra couple weeks. God, he was good. 280Ks, mate. It's like you've done your job. You've done your job, and sir, we salute you. He's got a 24 and he's got a 20, 2 weeks in a row. He's coming in with a 138 break even. It is time to go, Jack Bostock.
Yeah, the stock's gone. So
it'll cost him $100K to go up to Brimo, or he'll bank $100K if he goes to Marzu.
Yeah, I reckon Dom Young's the play anyway. Go Dom Young.
Not bad chat, actually. Dom Young probably is the play there. He was looking for a pod option, so there you go. Go the one that everyone's going, mate. Pod. Choice of Nando basting sauce from the Sarge. He says for him, it's lemon and herb with extra hot sauce for dipping. He doesn't want the heat all in his mouth. He wants to be able to control the dosage, if you will. Again, I tell you what, fucking comeback player of the year at the moment. It's Adam Sargent. Like, he's coming up with some great stuff. It's a huge call on my point. It's a huge call. Am I sure about it? No. As I say it, do I sound mad? Absolutely. But he could be the War Room's comeback listener of the year. He's advised me not to spend a trade, which there's fucking some sound logic in that. And I actually do not mind controlling the dosage of the heat. He's also said extra hot as well. So a bit of cojones on the fella.
I feel like Sarge, has he got off the drink or something this year? Because he's a changed man.
No, he's still into those fruity beers.
He's drinking more.
He sends those fruity, licorice and fucking chocolate stouts and shit through to us. Yeah. So yeah. So no, he still loves his beers. He's still into it. He's got that app. We should have a live Sarge app thing. So
yeah, you should recommend a beer for the week.
Yeah. Now, mate, that is all the questions. We haven't got too many this week, so nice and easy. Have you got any questions for the War Rumors?
When do you
I like
think?
your background there. It's nice. The boardroom.
Yeah, mate, it is. okay, what round do they think I'm finally gonna get my fucking song played for the fucking punters? They've been
You haven't
itching,
got
mate.
it yet, have you? No. Well, I don't know. What are you doing? You were
round?
real high last year, and then
I'm telling you,
it's
not sure what happened. I think I
It's
started
not
listening
looking
too much.
And
listen, but yeah,
you-
make your predictions,
it's not
listeners.
looking
Make your
up.
predictions. Whoever nails the round that I get the highest score, we'll get something.
We'll give an Obo Cup spot away for next year. What round can I compete? Can I be in it?
Mate, you're all in it. Don't worry.
All right. I reckon I'm going to go round 16. Gilly is the War Room's highest.
16. That's ages away. I'll probably quit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm in the slipstream, bro. You've forgotten. You've got.
Oh, you know that you probably can't see me because I'm that far under the radar that I don't really actually come up, but I'm flying under there. You just wait.
While we got some time, let's give a little bit of an Obo Cup update as it stands. So Cooked Cheese Sandwich, Sean, sitting at 14. Felt My Johnson, Johnny, also sitting in second on 14 points. We got Usty up the milk in third. The veteran, he wants to go back to back. He's sitting in fourth at the moment. It is a bit of a bottleneck there on 12 points. Also joining him, Wham Bam, thank you, ma'am. Haven't seen that name before. Very original. James, whoever you are. Wong Haas-Hole, Vittori, he should be on 10 points, and I should be on 6 points. I'm definitely bottom dweller. But because of the great glitch of 24, I'm still filthy about it. Rounding out the top 8, we got the Pommy Raiders, Jack, and we got Utility Value, Andrew Somerville, always up there. Now, Twirly Woo's also in 9th, times on 10, and the Jazz, Peter Farmer, in 10th position. Rounding out, we've got Had Some Strange Weeks, Michael. Friggy's Fools at number 12. He'll be there at the pointy end of the season. Footy's Panthers, Shane. Reese Robbed My Son, Mitchell in 14th. The 13th Legion, Michael at 15th. Howie's Boys, Liam. Mate Ma Ponga in 17th.
Mate Ma Ponga, well done. That's a good side.
Yeah. Thirsty Puffins at 18. One Last Flight at 19. But the good news is I'm out of last place. The slipstream has been initiated. And Cullen Street Killers
the winner.
Dead last. What's happening? Can we get
he was a top 1,000 last year. I don't know what's happening.
He was top 1,000. He's he's been
one season wonder.
Just failed. And now of course we do not have an Oberg Invitational update because we are not in the second rate comp. But here's a hot one for you. War Rumors. If you are in that Oberg Cup, if you come up against One Last Flight, the slipstream has been fully initiated. So that is happening. Mate, it's been absolute dribble for almost 60 minutes. Have you got anything else for the listeners?
Not much, eh? Pretty short, sharp one tonight.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, dude. Because fuck, this would have been intolerable if you just had to listen to me dribble on and like navigate my way through not even a run sheet. I can tell you.
Thanks to taxpayer for that.
Yeah, thank the taxpayer. Matt Tuvey, thanks for tuning in. Good guy. All right, mate. We will finish it up as we always finish it up. Fly though. Time flies when you're having fun.
Goodbye.
So what do you got? About 20 minutes left on lunch break?
Mate, it's all lunch break here, baby.
All lunch break here. That is it, War Rumors. We will send Gilly back to the operating studio, and we will see you back next week. Good luck this round.